Yo, what's up, dudes? It's your brother Eagle Brava, and Gearbox just dropped an in-depth look at Borderlands 4's Endgame, and today we're going to be breaking down everything you need to know: the new Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, firmware gear systems, weekly events, and the return of pearlescent weapons. You guys know that is something that I've been asking for, and I'm sure a lot of us have been asking for, giving us that higher tier loot of legendaries and making those more difficult to get. So we're going to dive in, unpack this. So as we all know, man, Borderlands, pretty much the whole franchise is built around the replayability factor and end game. You guys, of course, want the best end game gear. You want the best end game character builds. So there's a lot of different things with that. So now, once you finish the story, the game doesn't just throw you into the old missions again. Of course, they are bringing back Ultimate Vault Hunter mode.
We don't want players to regrind their weapons. So from Ultimate Vault Hunter mode on, you will be using your endgame weapons and your endgame gear that you farm once, and if that's the gear that you want to use, that's the gear you're going to take.
But they designed a whole new system for this, whether you're a casual Vault Hunter or are grinding looking for the perfect gear. Basically, the centerpiece of the endgame is a completely reimagined Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Replaying the campaign over and over again is no longer a thing, thankfully. Of course, you guys can replay the campaign mode if you guys prefer, but for me, man, I don't know about you dudes, but I just kind of bust through the campaign mode just to get to the end game.
Your end credits scroll, oh, and then you get a new mission. And there's tutorials, because there's the whole robust end game system that we want to make sure you understand and can enjoy.
Instead, we're going to have escalating difficulty tiers, which each tier comes with, of course, tougher enemies, better loot, better rewards, to really test these builds to the limit, and it's a curated path of challenges, so it's not going to be a repetitive grind. It's all about testing how strong you can make the builds, and man, this year, I feel like for my channel particularly, we're going to be a lot more build heavy. I know I've leaned more towards legendaries in the last, couple of years, but builds are really going to be a thing in the channel. I'm really excited to dive in and test out some of these builds, man. It's going to have a rotating calendar of weekly events, weekly wildcards, which includes new missions, challenges with guaranteed legendary rewards, encore bosses, harder version of familiar fights, which have much better drop rates. I love that. I love having a weekly boss that is actually harder than normal, but does give you better loot, and updates to Maurice's black market machine, which, as we know from Borderlands 3, if you guys don't know, it's basically a machine where it will generate loot randomly throughout the map, and you guys can go there and you can actually purchase some of these weapons. Now, there is a difference to the black market machine. As we known from Borderlands 3, it was the same loot across everyone's game. Now, the black market machine is going to have different loot per players. So for example, if you're playing with your friends and maybe one of your friends' game, they have a gun that you're looking for in the black market machine, you can join their game and you could get that loot, which makes that collaboration between players a lot better, being able to join someone's game, have them join your game to get the better loot out of the Maurice's black market machine. Next is the Firmware Gear system. You can think of it as Borderlands 4's version of set bonuses. The gear now drops with firmware, powerful enhancements that can completely change the way your build plays. So these builds are going to be even more customizable with your playstyle.
So in these examples you see here, we have a gun build that favors zoom speed, accuracy, and fire rate.
Gonna be awesome. Cannot wait for that. And it does seem like Gearbox is making the loot farming faster and less frustrating for some of those that don't want to sit there and farm the same boss over and over again and get nothing. I think Moxie's big encore machine's a really good enhancement, because what that's going to do is it's going to change the boss weekly. That boss is, yes, going to be a little bit more difficult to kill. However, it is going to have a higher chance to drop the legendary gear that it is dedicated to them, and more as well. So if you guys haven't joined the Discord, man, things like that, being able to pull people into your game, of course, being cross-play, helping out with those bosses, I think that's going to be a really great place to meet other Vault Hunters. So go join the Discord, man. It is free, and I know I'm going to be hanging out with you dudes. We're going to be killing these bosses weekly, and this is going to be something awesome. Can't wait for that to come out as well. And as we could have assumed, Invincible Bosses are going to be back as well, and that just makes being able to play and hang out with you dudes even more, especially with it being cross-play. It's going to make that an even better experience, so I cannot wait to do more weekly challenges with you, fight these Invincible Bosses together, man, and put the builds to the test, because because we do know that the enemies are going to be more difficult, and I feel like Gearbox is really bringing it this year, man. And as you guys can probably assume, man, the seasonal mini events are going to be back as well, having dedicated and specific gear, specific cosmetics. Those are going to be out throughout the time of the year. Again, you know, Halloween, holiday season, things like that. These are going to be coming back, and I cannot wait to dive into those. Sometimes the change of the vibe and keeping it on like a Halloween theme, it really brings out and kind of makes the game even more interesting at that time of the year, so super excited for that. And then lastly, we got confirmation that Pearlescents are going to be back, man. I cannot express how excited I am for that.
Skin looks a little pearlescent, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say it looks a little pearlescent? Pearlescents are back. Pearlescents are back, baby.
A less than 1% chance to get these things, bro. So if you guys are getting these Pearlescents, I want to know. I want to know what you guys are getting, and I'm really excited to share what we're getting. We're going to be grinding for these type of weapons because, again, if you're a more casual player and don't want to spend the time farming, would rather just play the game, that's great. But I feel like these type of things really keeps the game alive and really keeps us grinders searching for these weapons. So even at a under 1% chance, I'm excited, dude. I cannot wait for Pearls to roll out. It is saying that it's going to be Q1 of next year, so it's not going to roll out right away, which is good. It gives us some time to get our hands on the game, dive into the game itself, the builds, the legendary specifically. But when we get to a point where our build's pretty solid, we don't really need to make too much updates, we can really go hunting for those Pearlescents. But anyway, dudes, that was it. That was the PAX West, just kind of recap. Of course, there are some other things in there that I didn't cover, so if you guys want to check it out, I'll put the link to this in the description below. And we're closing in on Borderlands 4, man, so I cannot wait. I'm super excited. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 5K subs. Also, hit the thumbs up, man, and I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.